No, it's me. It's Adam MC, GRN, Kev Zach, and you know we gonna be podcasting. Yeah. Podcasting. Hey. All action. Yeah. Game related. Oh, he was rolling, huh?
I just started rolling. Oh
shit. Okay. Yeah.
We're back.
A little cipher before, the action gets going. But yeah. Fun week. I don't even know. Does it matter if we introduce ourselves anymore, bro? I think everyone knows us by now. Our 13th subscriber.
Right when you gave the intro, it's like right when I cut it in, so it's perfect. You got it. That's Adam.
Oh shit.
Evan, that's Zach. That's it.
Yeah.
Welcome to Game Related Network Podcast.
Yeah.
It's Saturday night.
Yeah.
And man, we've got so much to talk about. So much fun stuff.
Hell yeah.
Let's start.
Oh man.
Go ahead and break into the Smash, bro. Go ahead. I did not mean to say that like that, but it happened.
Well, I mean, Super Smash Bros. That as a title alone is just like in Western culture, in the United States especially, it's just it's asking for a couple jabs here and there. Just like, you try to smash? Yeah. Yes, I am.
Say that in Jersey, man. It's gonna mean something different. Just say it.
So, in the world of Super Smash.
Want to smash, bro? Wait, bro.
The final characters got announced, and they did announce their plans for the future for DLC for the game. They did announce a couple other things as far as like one-player modes and what have yous here and there. I'll just kind of, I guess, get right into characters. So there were 3 characters, but the last one I mentioned is going to be partially like DLC, sort of. It's weird, and I'll get into details as it goes on. But the other 2 characters, that's the thing. Nintendo's game's not out yet, and they're already talking about DLC. So I mean, that's another detail of discussion that we can expect. But anyway, the characters they announced are a Pokemon Incineroar from, I think, Pokemon Sun and Moon. That's the one. I didn't play that one. I didn't play Emerald or Ruby or Sapphire either. I've played all the other ones, but those are the 2 generations that I've missed. And so yeah, he's like one of the starter Pokemon. He's like a fire fight type Pokemon, and he's got like wrestling moves and stuff, and he looks fun. Okay. The other one is Ken from Street Fighter.
Hey, that's a classic. That's
exactly.
I don't know, like the Pokemon past the first original 150.
Yeah.
Incineroar.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, he's a newer Pokemon. Yeah. But
it's like a fire-based theme though. Seems like, because Ken is the fire.
Exactly.
Power.
Yeah, and they had like a little CGI opening showing off like Little Mac fighting Ken, and then Incineroar shows up, and it's like, you have like a boxer, a martial artist, and a wrestler. That was like the theme of it, because they're all types of fighters.
Wait, is Wired Mac in Smash Bros?
I think he is. I mean, he was in the newest one for sure. Like, he had 16 skins, 8 of which were wireframe.
Oh, okay, I just had to ask. I didn't know.
Most other characters only had 8 skins, but Little Mac got like twice the amount because he got all wireframe costumes as well. But anyway, that was a little side note. The other character, and so how this works is there's 2 ways you can get this character that they've announced, and I think they'll, these are free ways to get him, but I think you'll be able to pay for him later on. But it's like a limited time offer character, and you have to either pre-order the game through Nintendo's online eShop and do the digital download. Or the other thing is, by January 31st of 2019, you have to like do some Nintendo Network, like, whatever, yada yada. And if you do one of those 2 things, you can, for free, at some point, play as Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant. I don't even know if he can jump, so I don't know. The little plant in a pot, and he's just gonna bite at people, I guess. And I don't know if he can jump. I've seen a couple of the moves, and I haven't really rewatched it, but I'm gonna kick your guys' ass with Piranha Plant now.
This is the kind of shit that happens when you have 80 characters. You start, hey, I mean, should we put the mushroom in?
I mean, Why not Toad? Why did it like?
Why Piranha Plant? Couldn't we get something with like more extremities?
Somebody was like, "I take this on as a challenge. You think I can't make that a character?"
You think I can't get good with Piranha Plant? Just wait.
Cool, man. Piranha Plant.
I want to see in the moveset. I gotta see how Piranha Plant smashes. What's its up beam?
It's a character. It's not even like a assist.
He's a playable character. And he can like extend. I think that's like, I don't know how it works really. I really don't, but
what if, can you like run around? His little like root legs.
His final smash is like the big one from Super Mario Sunshine, like the big one that has like the hands and the extremities, like you were saying, like the
or like barfs all the paint everywhere.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting is. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. There was a leak, a supposed leak that someone from the inside had like released a Snapchat photo of some promotional material from the new Grinch movie that's coming out in the holidays, and it was also showing like a Super Smash Bros. Like armband or something that showed the poster of all the characters. Like as they've been announcing these characters, they've added more characters, those new announcements onto the poster as they get announced. Oh. And there was a poster that was like showing like a list of characters, and the two of those characters were Ken and I think one of them was Incineroar, but there were other characters like Shadow the Hedgehog and like Chorus Kids from Rhythm Heaven. I don't know if you guys know who they are.
No, Shadow would be dope.
I mean, I'd rather have Knuckles, but that's just
agreed.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, but that being said,
gonna get you Ugandan Knuckles.
Yeah. That would have been.
You know the Ugandan Knuckles?
No.
Did you see that? Oh man.
Yeah.
It was
Do you know that way?
Yeah, one of the first VR memes to kind of really get
I need to see this.
VR chat, dude. It was like when VR chat finally like went public on Steam and started catching steam. When they started breaking like records with their user base, there was an avatar that was clip.
I type in Uganda, and it's just Knuckles.
Let's see. So it's a little like derpy Ugandan Knuckles, or just Knuckles costume, but everybody started doing this Ugandan voice saying, "Do you know the way?"
Do you know the way?
Which was perpetrated from another guy who would do these like prank phone call.
I know the guy. I've seen those. Yeah. I think I've shown you him. It was doing like Call of Duty, and he was like pretending like he'd know the guys' names, but he would like look through their ISP, like he'd. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forget the guy's name, but he would say some funny shit. Yeah, like
it was great.
I would lock you in my basement and deprive you of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but people will go around in packs of Knuckles, like some very weird Knuckles. I'm sure you get a good look at the avatar.
Yeah.
The little
it's all like weird. Okay.
Yeah.
So and then they would go around and they also did like clucking, like lots of them just like walking around clucking, like just like tons of. You can't replicate it as much. But
I'm just imagining a bunch of people.
And they would bomb rooms. They would just like they would go from room to room and ask everybody if they know the way. And it was really funny like the first time you saw it, but after a while I was like, God damn, I can't like do anything in VR chat anymore. Everybody's doing fun.
It was great.
It was wild. It was a weird time.
Yeah.
It was a weird time.
Oh man.
It's mostly suicided,
but yes, I would love to have had Uganda Knuckles in there. That'd be nice.
Do you know the way?
Oh man, I would have loved Bomberman to be a character, or Banjo-Kazooie.
Why not Bomberman?
Wait,
Bomberman
Well, Bomberman is already an assist trophy, so that is basically the confirmation of like, hey, he's in the game, but he's not a playable character.
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
He needs to be like a playable character.
I agree.
Like, why are they getting like another Pokemon that nobody knows instead of like a classic?
That's what I'm saying, man. And I mean, like Waluigi, man.
Yeah.
I want Waluigi.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I can see why Banjo.
You gonna put Richter Belmont in there? No Americans know who that is. That's what I'm saying. Richter Belmont is a character. Simon Belmont is.
It
also
better be like Rick from Rick and Morty's version of being a Belmont. Like I'm Richter Belmont, motherfucker.
I wish. No. Richter Belmont's just like more well known in Japan than Simon Belmont is. So they basically Masahiro Sakurai is catering to Japanese gamers. I don't know why that was what I was about to say, but Japanese.
I can figure why Banjo-Kazooie aren't in it though.
Well, it's Microsoft
because that whole
and,
Rare and like used to be owned over. It's like their ex-girlfriend, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so Phil Spencer said that he'd be cool with it, and, you know, he's got some say at Microsoft for sure, and I think that Nintendo could do something. I mean, Microsoft and Nintendo have been kind of buddy-buddy lately with the whole cross-play thing, and, like, you know, their Minecraft cross-play advertisement, it was like, you know, like literally half the screen was green, half the screen was red, and it was like, play together and whatever. It's just like...
Didn't they kind of like scoop Rare away?
Oh yeah, well I mean,
dubious circumstances and like kind of.
Microsoft bought up a lot of development companies in the early 2000s, like a shit ton of them, and Rare was one of them. I mean, Nintendo never owned Rare, but they had a partnership in the sense that they liked making games on the Nintendo 64 and
made some of the best titles.
Yeah.
Made some on GameCube too, didn't they? Before this, or was
they did make Star Fox Adventures.
Wasn't that their last game?
I think it was.
Like the day after it released is when Microsoft bought them.
It sounds about right. I think. I'm not positive.
And we haven't had a good Star Fox game.
Nope. I mean, you can go out and pay $80 for Starlink Battle for Atlas and have the little toy attached.
You can on Nintendo.
Well, yeah, that's right. I have a Switch, so I'm the only one who can play that with Star Fox. But I'm not about to do that because that's $80 for a game that's not Red Dead Redemption 2 or Super Smash Bros. It's
really $80. I know it was more expensive, but I heard the digital one is
probably cheaper. But I mean, if you
get more with it.
I don't know if you need the toy to play the game. Okay, cool. In that case, yeah, it's probably cheaper online.
And I saw what you get just out of the box. It's more with the digital one than the more expensive. I didn't know the price. I just knew it was more expensive.
That's funny.
That comes with the toy, but you get less. Like,
it's
digital inventory. Like, you're not losing anything. They pay more. Give them the same shit and the toy, man. Like,
I don't get it.
Or give them more because they paid more.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You guys hear about any Black Friday deals yet?
Not yet. No, Adam was asking earlier too. I haven't seen much yet. But I was saying SSDs are coming way down in price.
Ooh, nice.
RAM is starting to finally drop. Next year, estimates are saying that storage and SSDs particularly, it could get down to like 8 cents a gigabyte.
Oh wow.
Which would be insane. Because right now I think it's depending on the brand.
8 cents a gigabyte.
Like 15 to 25 cents a gigabyte.
Yeah.
I will load my PC full of SSDs at that price.
Dude, it's getting there. And I'm hoping we'll see some big sales.
I did see that bundle I told you about, the PlayStation VR package. That was pretty dope. I don't know. I don't think it was associated with Black Friday. It might be a limited time thing, but I believe they had the headset with the controllers and the camera. But you also got Skyrim. What else? The Astrobot rescue mission that's new, and then there was one more. Do you remember what the other one was? It was a dope one too. I can't remember. It was a 3. No, it was
not Resident Evil 7 or Skyrim.
It was Resident Evil 7. Thank you.
Yeah.
So those 3, and it was like $250 something.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa, no. What?
I swear. I was like, oh, that's why I came and told him. I was like, bro, I don't know, but this is.
I've been thinking about it, man. Honestly, I was thinking about it.
So I don't know if that's still going, but if we're that close to Black Friday, we might see some similar shit, you know?
Dude, I mean, they've been pushing the PSVR headsets, and it's great, man. They have such a great level of adoption, and it's good VR.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but it's good.
Dude, at that price, it's amazing.
Yeah, and if you have a PS4 and you want to see like VR, see what it's about, I totally endorse it. Like, it's good stuff. You know? Yeah.
And those 3 games will keep you busy for a long time,
dude.
man.
Oh my god. Yeah, Skyrim on its own. It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
One deal that if you were thinking about getting a PlayStation 4 at any point, it's like they're only doing 4 per store, roughly around that low amount for Target, from what I've heard. But it's a 1 terabyte PlayStation 4 Slim with Spider-Man for $200.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a pretty slick deal.
Yeah, nice little deal there.
That's a super good deal.
Yeah.
Damn. Spider-Man is so good.
Yeah. Speaking of, a friend of mine let me borrow it, and I played it through too. So, oh jeez, I kind of want to buy it now so I can play all the DLC and shit. Like, I just want a Game of the Year edition that comes with all the DLC, so I can just play all of that. Cause, it was fun.
Amazingly fun.
Yeah.
I feel like it was underrated by a lot of people who reviewed it. You know, I was surprised they didn't get more like, above 9s. You know, I think it was that good. I think it was that damn good.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, this year's been pretty good for those like big AAA games like God of War, Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption in the same year. And
well, Monster Hunter came out before that.
Monster Hunter 2. Oh my God, Monster Hunter. Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah, I mean and we're even like right now, it's so crowded. I mentioned this before, but I keep having just appear in my mind and then be gone. It's Soul Calibur 6.
Soul Calibur 6.
And I love Soul Calibur, and there's so many games that are huge and great right now. It's just kind of getting caught up in that crowd, you know.
Well, it's great when there's so much out to play. You get the backlog.
Yeah. No, if there's a deal for Soul Calibur 6 on Black Friday, if I can get it for like $30-$35, I'm doing it. I want Soul Calibur 6. I want to play as Geralt. I want to play as Nightmare. Oh.
I want to see what stories they go. Oh, speaking of stories, you said they had like the single player mode on Smash and all that to go back.
Yeah, so they announced, how there's this mode called Spirit Mode, and it's like instead of, how they had trophies in a lot of the other games, there's like collectible 3D models of, whatever characters from whatever series. They don't, they kind of, there was also some customization stuff in the last game. It's really hard to explain concisely, but it's like you can like add stats to your character as you're playing through these challenges to unlock more of them, and it's just like a shit ton of unlockables. I think that they never said, but I've heard that there's around like 400 of these like unlockables that alter your stats, whether it's like defense with fire or higher running speed or bigger jumping size or whatever, or better strength or knockback. But that's like they weren't exactly clear on whether or not the Spirits mode in those event challenges, they felt like the event challenges from like Super Smash Bros. Melee, like the ones that you would do to unlock certain characters. Yeah. And it feels like that is its own mode. And then there's the World of Light, which is like the story mode or the adventure mode or whatever, I guess. And they showed a little CG trailer at the end with this, like, there's, I don't know what was really happening, but I mean, there's a shit ton of Master Hand all in the sky coming at all the Nintendo characters, and they're all like, "Oh, we gotta stop him." And Marth is speaking in English, which I just think is a little weird because I played a lot of Melee, and every time I played as Marth and I won, you just hear him going, not English.
I hope they make like a joke out of it, like, wait, like the whole time?
Right. Yeah, they just didn't really acknowledge it or anything. But yeah, no, there's like this, I don't know, this like shape that's in the sky that's a bunch of rainbows and shit, and a bunch of like lasers shoot out, and all the lasers kill all the Smash Bros characters except for Kirby. Kirby escapes, and you start the game as Kirby in that mode, I think. Well, I mean, Masahiro Sakurai is the creator of Kirby and Smash Bros, and he's gonna...
A laser shooting rainbow kills the entire roster.
Yeah. And it even goes for, like, all the spirits and shit, too.
Again, I gotta ask, what kind of parties are they having at Nintendo, man? Like, they are on some wild shit. Okay. That was the final idea. What got rejected? Okay, you guys. This rainbow comes out of the sky. Fucking lasers, man. Lasers everything. Except Kirby. Hopefully it pops up from the side.
Yeah, Kirby. So I don't know what to make of that. You guys can watch that if you want, but yeah.
I feel like I have to after the description. Sounds like a psychedelic rock video or something from back in the day. Just I think there's electric guitars coming out of that rainbow. I gotta see this.
Yeah, so it looks interesting. I'm excited. You have like over 900 tracks for music in the game. You have like over 100 stages. You got like
100 stages?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. Is this like counting like variations, or is this 100 different?
If you're including variations, it's like 300 or 400.
Oh, God damn.
They're going over the top, and that's what they need to do for this kind of game.
Yeah.
New,
like anthology style.
The Switch is such a versatile and unique platform that having that game on that is,
it's just gonna push the sales.
The wall with it,
exactly.
And everybody knows what Smash is. It's like it's all these characters from other IPs fighting. So just get as many of them as you can.
Exactly.
As many places as you can to fight with them.
Everyone wins.
Just many more modes and like I don't know. Yeah, just keep it coming.
Yep. Exactly. So eventually I'm going to come up with a list of the 5. Like, we're getting 5 DLC characters. That's one thing they announced. And I mean, yeah, they announced the DLC ahead of time. I do think, personally, part of that is a problem, but I also get why they did it in the sense that it's like, okay, they announced the last 2 characters that are not DLC, and at that point they were like, yes, this is the final roster, and we are confirming this to you here and now, but yes, we're also going to have more characters as DLC. Like, just to be like, hey, there's still more characters to look forward to, I guess. But that's also Nintendo pushing their products, getting you to pay $85 for the game instead of $60. But hey, I'm going to do it because Super Smash Bros.
It's one of a kind game, and I don't know. It is kind of sad, though, to see, like, the Smash game getting broken up with DLC like that. But I guess it's kind of inevitable. Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they did it with the Wii U and 3DS Smash, and I think it was even worse with that because I bought the DLC for both of the systems, which did cost more, and
it didn't even cross over.
No, I ended up not even playing the 3DS version that much when the Wii U one came out because I could play everyone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it was like, I mean, it was a better deal if you got both, but it definitely ultimately cost less if you just got it on the Wii U.
Yeah,
which I kind of think I should have done because I have not played the 3DS one since, a while.
That's wild to me. Now, with these DLC characters, I can see if it's creative, if they bring people from the outside in. But if it's more like the ones you're like, why not Toad? Why not Waluigi? Like the ones that you feel like should already be there, and you're giving us fucking Piranha Plant instead for free, like
jeez, man, like, Piranha Plant, like nobody.
Piranha Plant.
Piranha Plant. I was like, oh yeah, that thing. Like,
that's what it's called. Yeah, so like that. If it's like that, I'm like, come on, man. But if they bring some dope, characters from other franchises, then I'd be cool with that.
Banjo-Kazooie, I want Banjo-Kazooie. I wanted Shovel Knight, but Shovel Knight's already an assist trophy, so that's not happening. Knuckles is already an assist trophy, so that's not happening. Uganda Knuckles, though. That's another thing. No, I mean, you guys, I don't expect you to know too much about this character, but he's just one random weird character that Tingle wasn't in this.
You talking about from Zelda?
Yeah.
I know Tingle.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I love Tingle. Don't get me wrong. I wish Tingle was in the game. That's another one. Tingle or Skull Kid
Tingle's
or Toon
not in the
Ganon.
game?
He's not playable, no.
I mean,
He's just.
I'm okay with Tingle not.
I'm just saying with Piranha
Get
Plant.
Tingle, man.
That's gonna be my answer.
I probably would too. I mean, I love Tingle. I wish that the United States had gotten Tingle had his own game on the Nintendo DS called Tingle's like Rosy Rupee Land, and it was just some goofy ass looking shit, and I really wanted to play it because I'm like one of those few Americans that fucking loves Tingle. But that being said, Tingle's not in Breath of the Wild. And on that note, you got to make up for that in some way, shape, or form, right? You're still Nintendo. You're still fucking goofy. So there was this character by the name of Bolson, and he's a carpenter. And I want him as your DLC character in Smash Bros. He's my number one choice, Bolson the Carpenter.
Bolson the Carpenter. Tingle had his own game?
Yeah, he had his own game, and it came out in Europe and Australia and Japan, but not in the U.S.
Nobody parties like Nintendo, man. Wow. Fuck, they really. I wonder how it's sold. That's the riskiest sub-character game I could think of aside from Piranha Plant getting his own game.
Does it have anything to do with making maps, or like what does he do?
Oh, I mean,
because like he was a map vendor. Like,
what does he do?
He collects rupees. I mean, I don't know if he does any of the map stuff. I never played it. I really wanted to. I should have emulated it because I had a cartridge on my Nintendo DS that allowed me to have like 20 DS games at a time. That's how I played a lot of shit. Phoenix Wright, Elite Beat Agents, Rhythm Heaven, fucking oh my god.
I got some research to do, man.
There's a shit ton of really good DS games, but I mean, $40 a pop. Like no, if they're free.
Lord.
God, Picross 3D, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, actually pretty good.
I heard that game's dope.
Yeah,
I haven't played it, but
I wish I had gotten Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. There was a lot of drug dealing in Chinatown Wars. That title though, right?
Rosy
like
it makes me think of Fruity Land.
Yeah,
you know.
That's probably where they got it from. They're Nintendo fans, you know. Nintendo give me free stuff. Like
Fruity Land. Ah, yeah.
Anyway,
so,
yeah. I mean, Smash is going to be great. It's still like an ultimate, like, wonderful culmination of just a lot of video game culture, you know, from Nintendo on, like, you know, even before that, Pac-Man and fucking Mr. Game & Watch. Oh, I guess Mr. Game & Watch is still Nintendo, but before the NES, I guess I was thinking of. But yeah, no, I'm just excited. I'm glad every character's coming back. Young Link, Snake, Pichu, like, yeah.
This is going to be a fun time, man.
It's going to be fun. You're going to see a lot of footage on this channel of me kicking these guys' asses. Hopefully.
Or you'll see footage that's spliced from all these podcasts of the shit talk, and then the footage.
And then
the
ass
is not getting whooped, but the ass is clapping back.
I mean, if you're willing to put the time in, like, I won't stop you from doing that.
Hey, bro. That's got to acquire a Switch. That's it.
Except for me trying to win every match. Just so, you know what? I'm going to be that asshole. We were all playing Smash 64 last weekend instead of doing another episode. And I'm just going to rub it in. I won every match except for one. Except for one. Just one.
Well, but yeah, I spent the other half of the time overclocking out his PC.
That's
so
true.
I wasn't in
That is also
SD,
true.
So
True.
I got my one.
And I was going for Adam the whole time.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, I don't have the game. Both these guys got copies. But when I have a copy, I'm getting incentive right now, bro. I'm having my Rocky montage.
Hey, do you have Melee?
No. I don't have Melee. I don't have a...
That's
the only
probably
Nintendo
one that
system
I'm
I have
the
over
worst
there is
at.
a 64.
Yeah, I love it. I'm still good at it, but it's the one that people are just crazy at with the wave dashing and the Z canceling or, you know, just all of that. It's like, it's hard to keep up with that level of competition. Like, Nintendo didn't even mean for it to be that crazy. Just,
oh my god.
Like, whoa. But I would rather get better at Melee than Brawl. Like, I'm never playing Brawl again. Like,
you're done?
Well, I actually played it with Nathan O. Nathan O. from work.
Oh, yeah.
I forget. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name.
I want to, like, it was on all public. We're just
yeah, exactly. That's also it. But
you know what we're talking about, Nathan.
It was like a year ago or so, and we played Brawl, and I still kind of had it. I was good with Pit. That was my main character back then. But I mean, Mario was a second. Like close second for that one. But yeah, I'm excited, man. No demo, no beta, no Smash Bros demo or beta that they've announced. I really want it, and I want it now.
DLC.
But DLC.
You announced the DLC before you announced the demo.
I would get your online service if you had a demo or beta that had like the online.
Like a teaser with like, you know, like a few characters in one
map.
Like,
come on. Like
one of your 100 maps.
Yeah.
Like 2 maps. Just 2 maps and maybe like 4 or 5 characters. Like I mean maybe 8 because I mean when the game starts you're only getting the first like starting 8 characters that you had in Smash that were not you know, so no Ness, Captain Falcon, Luigi or Jigglypuff because they were unlockables in 64. Right. But you have those other 8 that you can start out with, and thankfully one of them's Mario.
Man, I'm about to dump this water on you, bro. I don't give a fuck about Mario. Matter of fact, I don't even know why I'm wearing this goddamn shirt because it's the first game I played on this motherfucker was Mario.
Same. Yeah.
Well, here, let's move on from Smash.
Yeah, that's all we had to say about Smash. It's going to be good.
There's another big release that we were talking about a little bit earlier. Might be the background. We're kind of obscuring a lot.
Kind of looks like we're just in the woods.
Yeah, but
that's I was pointing the wrong way. That is Arthur Morgan right there,
right.
main character of a little game that we like to call
a little bit.
RDR2.
R2D2.
R2D2. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, it came out, and I'm apparently the only one who's fucking played it out of us.
Yeah. Well, I'm patiently waiting.
Bro.
I'm watching things about it.
Yes, but I mean, whoa.
I'm trying to be financially responsible.
Yes,
you know, I had to handle some
I
things.
had to do the same thing.
You know, so
with
I'm gonna get there. But on top of that, on top of this financial responsibility, I've been forcing upon myself. There's that little app. Little digging, finding of PC and Oculus references, and now
so there's that rumor, or that I don't know. Yeah, to kind of unpack that a little bit. I guess in the companion app for the game, right? There's some references to different different parameters. I saw the whole breakdown of it, and there was a specific thing that said parameter like underscore Oculus, and then like parameter underscore and then like stuff referencing PC. In the companion app that's coming out soon for mobile devices for the game that's already out, right? So if that's in the mobile app, does that mean Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming into VR?
Oh man,
I think it is, man.
Oh man,
I don't. Why wouldn't it? Is my question.
The first-person mode is actually like better than they've done with any of the other games that they've done like that even allow it. Like Grand Theft Auto 5, I think, was the first one to implement it, and it didn't even do it really until much later after the game's initial release.
Not until the next gen consoles.
Yeah,
they dropped it on the first gen like PS3 and 360 didn't have it, and then I remember on PS4 and then Xbox One. That was one of the big sells, you know, aside from like the way better graphics. The first person mode is really cool.
Yeah, really well. I played my first playthrough on that game in first person.
Nice.
I was like, I've played Grand Theft Auto third person a bunch of times.
Yeah.
That's encouraging to hear.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. We're talking about like it feels like they do well with using things as testing grounds, like the GTA first person mode carrying over. Now it's just super well done, like you
refined,
said.
Yeah.
And then they did the LA Noire VR release not that long ago.
Yeah.
And I heard that was really good. I never played it, but I heard it was good.
It was from what aside from the issues with blocking the Oculus headsets at first, it was a little glitchy in performance. There were some performance issues, but they patched a lot of them out. But the implementation was really good. The way they handle things, because the game is very a lot of the gameplay was they were able to iterate it in a physical way where it wasn't just guns and Rudy Toot and bullet and shooting. Like everybody's done that, and so many VR games. But they had like the stuff with like the notepad and like when you're like interviewing people and like observing their expressions, like in face to face, so to speak, really added more to the game.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it was a really good implementation. Performance maybe could have been better, but they've got their feet wet, and I think they're starting to get dirty, down and dirty with it. And I was telling you earlier, the one of the guys at HTC, one of the I don't know if it's the CEO, but he was talking about Rockstar saying that they're not done with VR yet. So we've got some confirmation on a top level that they're still moving things forward, I think. So I mean, this would be a great game to see in VR.
Oh my god, man.
Oh man.
System seller.
Yeah, if you could play it in, why wouldn't you? What other way would be better? I can be a Wild West cowboy. Let's go. Let's go.
Westworld.
Woo!
Yeah.
Side note, finally started watching that show, and goddamn,
yeah,
I
dude.
love it.
Oh man. Oh,
I love that show. It's I can't stop watching it when I start, so I have to be really choosy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I won't get too off on this tangent, but we're talking about cowboy shit, so
It's good. I'm glad you started, man.
Yeah, man.
Excited for you. That season 1 finale. Oh my god.
But relaying like a common thing about it, is, like you said, the little details in both, like Red Dead and Westworld.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's the little things, and they're leveraged, and they add up to just this massive, just engrossing, immersive experience. And I haven't even played it, but I'm watching these videos.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
can imagine
No, exactly.
just going wherever I want. Oh, what's over there? And you know what I mean? There's enough to look at watching someone else control it, and you gotta watch the video several times. You still see new shit every time. So
Exactly.
that's what I love. Like you brought up the notepad stuff. I feel like that's something with Rockstar, man. I don't know. It's weird that you point something out like this being a thing that they just do way better than anyone else. Like it's more of an indictment on everyone else. How do you not pay attention to little things and details like that, especially when there's a Titan that does it so well, so regularly, and they basically print their own currency because of it?
That's the thing. It's like the whole thing with EA and what they've been doing and making statements on like, oh, single player games are dying and yada yada and shit like that. It's just like
so many times.
God of War came out and then Spider-Man and now Red Dead Redemption, and you're seeing the sales figures for these things. Like Sony's had a wonderful year. Oh my god. Like
Holy shit, yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like Rockstar is still the king right now as far as that goes, and I think that there's some companies that are up and coming that are starting to get to that point. CD Projekt Red. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean Cyberpunk. I mean that's the thing. They with Red Dead 2 out, they're probably playing that shit and being like, okay, guys, I'm glad we didn't give a release date on Cyberpunk because we wanted to, see if we can outdo it, and that's exciting to think about.
Yeah, that's going to be another milestone.
I feel like EA feels probably really foolish for canceling that Star Wars story-based game right now. Seeing how all these narrative-based adventures are just crushing it. A Star Wars, but come on, man. I mean, like Spider-Man's one thing, IP-wise. Red Dead's one. It is so minuscule compared to the Star Wars Unation, man. This is crazy.
Doesn't make sense. Why they haven't made more good Star Wars games? I mean, there's a lot of good ones in the past. If you look at historical games like Rogue Squadron or
those games
TIE
were
Fighter.
dope.
Yeah. Even fucking pod racing.
Nice. The Old Republic games were dope.
Or the Battlefront 2.
The original Battlefront series? Man, I loved those games.
I mean, honestly, especially a VR one, too. Like a AAA, VR Star Wars game where you can be like a Jedi, Stormtrooper, Boba Fett, whatever the fuck. Like Mandalorian, badass, Force user or something.
There's one, official Star Wars experience that you can check out, the trials on Tatooine.
That was, it's cool to look at.
Yeah.
But when you get that lightsaber and then you just, okay, you're done. Oh.
Yeah. It's so short and it's just such a tease. Such a tease.
If you can mob around just a lightsaber duel app would be dope.
Yeah. That'd be sick. That'd be a really fun game.
Yeah. But it's crazy to me now I'm thinking about it. We're going to cancel this story-based game that's on a story-based IP. And we're going to focus on multiplayer. What? People don't love it because of its community. I mean, they love the community of it, but it developed because they all gravitated and related to the story at one level or another. Why would single player for life, man? I love those experiences.
Yep.
Well, speaking of space games, I've been playing a lot of Elite Dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Again, I go back and forth on loops. I was telling you, one of my coworkers, I found out he plays, so we've been playing a little bit together, but. They're also coming out with their 3.4 update, for the last update for the Beyond chapter of Elite Dangerous. So this year, I've talked about it, in the past, but they planned out a lot of content for this year, update-wise. And the first big update was really good. They overhauled some systems. It was cool, but it didn't, totally change things in the way that they're doing now with this update. And the ones in the intermediate updates, they had some cool new stuff, but nothing really massive like what we're seeing now, but the big updates coming. They're overhauling the entire exploration system of the game, where you're no longer just when you go into a system, you would just fly to a planet and scan it, and that would be it. Now you have a scanning mode where it has a spectral analyzer. I don't know. I'll have to show you guys some videos because it's a lot easier to look at visually and understand how it's actually gamifying the exploration mechanic.
Nice.
Similar to where, in Mass Effect, when you went to a planet and you shot probes at it to find stuff.
Yeah.
You shoot probes at planets now to map out their surface.
That's
cool.
Dope.
So you
just get does it have a representation of how much you've mapped in real time?
Yeah.
That's nice.
And you can also use the mechanic to find mining, hotspots and rings. So you can shoot the probes at rings of systems and it highlight stuff. Really cool, and it's just all compounding on itself, and it's gonna, in addition to just changing how you explore, the data is all gonna be uploaded to it. There's a codex now, so if people discover new stuff in the game, it'll become rumored and be posted somewhere. Because one of the problems with Elite is finding where all the cool stuff is happening, or you have to go to the subreddits and stuff and find what system to jump to.
Yeah.
Now there's gonna be a codex that breaks down stuff. And logs all of your discoveries, and they're just finally fleshing out some of these subsidiary systems that really make the game more cohesive. They're also adding in squadrons finally, so it's a clan system. So I'm gonna start up a squadron. It's gonna be really cool. You're gonna
bro.
You're gonna get in the game. You're gonna get a squadron. We're gonna be a squadron. We're gonna do cool stuff.
Do squadron things.
Yeah. But there's leaderboards for the squadrons. So for different activities, and you can they're gonna have seasons. So at the end of seasons, the top 3 squadrons will get awards.
That's dope.
Like decorative stuff, you can put bobblehead or a trophy on your dashboard on your ship and stuff. So they're starting to push things a lot, and the mining update is going to be huge. They've got these fucking badass, like, I forget what they're called, but they're like, you can break open asteroids now, like blow them apart with like seismic charges. That's what they're called.
That's
it's
dope.
Fucking sweet, dude. Like, I'll show you guys some clips because it's making so many more things exciting in the game again, and just adding more stuff to do. And they've got like scenarios now, like almost like missions with like voice acted stuff and like
dope.
It's
man, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
This game is gonna end up being something super incredible when it's all like a few years from now. I can only imagine what it's gonna look like.
And,
you know,
they've got a 10-year development plan, and so they're in year 4 right now, or ending year 4. The game came out in like 2014, so it's they're keeping to it. They haven't slowed down, and they're finally, I think, starting to get over some of the biggest complaints gamers have had about the grind and like exploration and certain mechanics. So I don't know, it's looking good. And we've also got Star Citizen coming along.
Hey,
we got a lot of that recently.
All right.
Their playable test universe had some big updates recently, and the performance gains are amazing. Like, it's actually playable, like performance wise. I can actually get good frame rate in the station. It's flying some ships around. You can go to like different planets and land on them. Do stuff. You can actually buy ships in the game now, like not for real currency, but like the currency you earn in the game.
Yeah.
Which they're just finally starting to piece those mechanics together, right?
Nice.
But it's the coolest thing is the face-over internet protocol. I don't know. Did I tell you guys about that?
No, I don't remember hearing about it.
I think so.
You can use a webcam, and it tracks your face, and your facial expression gets mapped to your character. Like your expressions, like so you can smile and your character smiles. Like it's incredible.
That's great. I wonder if they're gonna implement that into virtual reality, man. Like just straight up, just having it. That's gonna be creepy and awesome at the same fucking time.
At first, it's gonna be mostly creepy.
Yes.
And then over time, it'll probably get more and more like, oh wow, damn.
No, but it's very impressive. Like it's even with like my not so great webcam, it does a pretty good job, like mapping your face and like responding. It's cool. Really cool.
Man, we're coming to such a cool place, man. Technology is so cool and so scary at the same time.
Right.
I just want to be around to see the video game benefits.
Exactly.
You know, let's not blow each other up. We can have so many cool video games if we don't. Let's keep it rocking, man. Speaking of more on the PC tip though, like with the Oculus thing we were talking about. I want to get a little bit into that.
Okay, yeah. So there was a lot of stuff going on a couple weeks ago after the news came out that Brandon Uribe left Oculus. He was one of the original founders of the company with Palmer Luckey back before they got bought or acquired by Facebook. That's just a notification.
Just like a message or something?
But he left the company supposedly because they abandoned his project for what would have been the successor to the current Rift. The story came from an anonymous source, and I want to say it was TechCrunch who wrote the article. It was a single source, coming out with this stuff, and he did leave the company, but this source was saying the reason why was not just because of the project, but he said that he didn't want, or Brandon Uribe said that he didn't want to see the company in a race to the bottom, because right now they've been kind of pushing their new mobile products, with the Oculus Go and the Oculus Quest, but they haven't come out with the new PC headset yet. Whereas the Vive has their Vive Pro. IMAX
Even Samsung put out a refresh already. They're late into the game compared to Oculus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's interesting because like now there's other competitors moving things forward spec wise, but I think the thing is that Oculus wanted to delay their biggest update until a few more technologies matured, because at OC5, Michael Abrash, who's their chief scientist, he had given a set of predictions 2 years ago or a year ago, I can't remember which. Anyway, on some of his things, he extended his predictions a little more. Some of them, he's like, we're actually getting there a little quicker than I thought. So, but overall, he kind of pushed back his expectation for all of these technologies converging by a year or two. So that's to say, instead of his original estimate lining up with like a 2020 refresh with all the tech, like with specifically it's like foveated rendering and eye tracking,
Mm.
and super high res displays,
Mhm.
like 4K plus. You know,
God
for
damn,
each eye.
that'd be so amazing.
So and stuff with like more compact form factor and better optics, all that shit.
No scream
field
door
view.
effects no more. Yeah.
So for all that to converge, he's kind of pushing it back. So I guess that kind of puts us or Oculus in a weird position, right? They've got all this tech, like the varifocal displays. They can maybe put out something that's not as mature now that is maybe going to be way more expensive than it should be, and like
the Vive Pro kind of scenario.
Yeah, also going to fragment the market more. They're kind of in a precarious position, I think, or not precarious, but I think they're actually playing it out the best way they should, because they've got the Rift, which is a great Gen 1 VR headset, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm very satisfied with it. I know there's better headsets coming out right now, technically speaking, but the gains aren't that huge from what I've been hearing and seeing. So I'm waiting for the next big leap. I want to see what the next step is before I buy a new headset. But I don't know. It's just interesting. There's just been a lot of shit talking. People have been saying for a while that Oculus is gonna give up on PC VR, and like this story confirmed it for a lot of people. But then immediately, as soon as that story came out, Facebook and a lot of the other top wigs, big wigs at Oculus came out and said that they are still working on PC VR. So it was just a lot of drama, and a lot of people were freaking out. But yeah, they're still in the game. I guess the biggest new rumor is that they're actually coming out with a refresh of the Rift headset called the Rift S. This is all speculation and rumor from what I've heard, but supposedly it's going to be also all-in-one headset with the inside tracking, but with PC specs. It'll plug into your PC, but it'll be more similar to the Windows mixed reality lineup in terms of its tracking. But people are wondering if it's going to be maybe backwards compatible with the Lighthouse, or not Lighthouse, but the Oculus Constellation tracking system.
They might as well take use of those things if they're out here. With so many people that are going to get into their future stuff are probably already in the ecosystem.
I think it makes sense. If they come out with the headset, it would be nice if it also took advantage of our current sensors for more robust tracking, but also maybe had the capability of doing it without, so that maybe people who bought in who didn't have the sensors aren't necessarily losing out.
Yeah.
I guess it presents kind of a weird middle ground or weird setup situation, but could be cool. I mean, if it's got a better resolution, maybe a better form factor, and maybe cooler controllers, I don't know.
Or even somehow if they could be capable, say they're doing these all-in-ones, right? Let's say that speculation side of it was real. Even though they said they're focused on PC VR, a lot of times big companies say shit to save face to stop panic, and they have no intentions of actually following through on what the panic's about, Sure. So let's say they do focus. It'd be cool if maybe they had a middle ground too, where you had the option to attach it to your PC, and you get a boost in power, and then maybe attach to your apparatus that you might have set up for in-home VR, and then you could take it somewhere without having to haul everything and just plug it to whatever you need, and then be good. That'd be cool.
No, for sure. A lot of people were speculating that the Quest might have that kind of connectivity.
That would be cool.
See if that would be possible. If it could work, you could plug it in, because it does have USB-C, I think, as an input, which is more than sufficient to do, what the Rift cable does.
Right.
As far as getting that signal back and forth, or allowing that processing to get the display to get pushed out to it, right? I guess Carmack is doing some research on that or experimenting with it, but I don't know if that's going to be a feature or not. I guess it could theoretically be possible with the Quest as is, but I don't know how that would look. But I would definitely like to see something like that. That'd be super cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope, man. Because I look at it almost just like, never mind. I was kind of like the way the PlayStation box works and all that shit, but it's not the same. It's just more like that connects to give it the power to do that, but I don't think you could use it without it. So I was kind of thinking of it.
Well, I mean, I guess it just depends on what would make Quest unique is Quest has the display, right? That could output higher graphics, but it doesn't have an onboard chipset powerful enough to render at a high resolution, with all the effects and all that shit. So I guess it's just a matter of tuning or adjusting that making it an input. Or separating. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of questions on how the hardware interfaces with itself.
Yeah.
Outside hardware. But it could be done. You would just be stepping down graphics power, you know.
But would you though? Because what if it's like, this is speculating on like, you know, you like run 2 graphics cards, right?
Yeah.
Like you're still doing the same thing. It's just more power to the things. Like, what if it's kind of in effect just a distillate version of that, where like you're kind of running like a pseudo SLI scenario, but one's is over here, one's over here. You know, not SLI. I can't even think of the goddamn word I'm trying to think of right now. But having both cards running, like just one's in your headset, one's in your PC.
Yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. I think yeah, that it could be possible to get them to work in conjunction, but I think it comes down to the content being portable or scaled between those 2 modes.
I got you.
Like the game would have to be aware of that or be able to, unless it was a robust enough system to just manually turn down the graphics. But I think, I don't know, it's a tough question, but I know Oculus is trying to maintain portability, and not physical portability, but like software portability between their headsets going forward. At least their 6 Degrees of Freedom headsets. They want to make it easy for devs to be able to port a game between Quest and Rift and whatever comes following that. They want to maintain the controls so that you can play old Rift games in whatever their future headsets are.
I could see that.
To a certain extent.
Right? I could also see, too, where if that quote is accurate, why he would say that. Because it's like, more instead of pushing it, we're just trying to accommodate this financial plan that may or may not come to fruition, instead of just trying to be the leader of this thing and then just letting things fall. Man, that's interesting. It's an interesting approach, and I feel like that leaves room for somebody to just come in and be like, "Yeah, we're just gonna push."
Dude, but that's honestly, whoever comes out with the best headset in the next couple of years will get my money. But I'm just waiting for it to be worth it. You know, like I don't want to just get like the Pimax, which is like for me, just a compromise in a lot of ways. Like they pushed for like the biggest resolution, like the biggest field of view, but now they have like we got 3 different modes to like shave the field of view to make it perform well enough, and it runs at like 82 hertz, and it's like I'm gonna wait until it's like legit, you know?
Yeah.
Until something better comes from a more reputable source.
I also feel like too, like VR is something I want to do at home. Like the portability thing is like a bonus to me. It's like having a console and then buying like a handheld. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to buy the handheld first. I'm going to get the console. And then when I have it, if I do have it, then it's a little bonus. That's kind of how I see these all-in-ones. Like, cool to take to a friend's house, but I don't go to my friend's house for VR. I go to my house for that shit.
I have to go to my friend's house for VR. For now.
Well, for now. Hey, keep an eye out. Black Friday.
Yes.
Friday, dude.
Yes. Thinking about it. Honestly, that PlayStation bundle.
Dude, if anything's similar that's even available, you get, because you don't have to. Well, you have a PC that's capable already, though.
I do.
Yeah, you've got a killer PC, and I was just gonna say, Oculus has a referral program now, guys. You can refer a friend, you can get 10% off.
Ooh.
You can get like $40 off on a headset right now.
I like that.
And that gives $30 in content or something for whoever gets to see the code. So,
hey, no, win-win.
So that's 10% off. I mean, that's like, I see them usually go on sale for $350, and it's $399 for the regular package. So that's pretty much a good deal, you know.
Yes.
I think so. But keep an eye out. Maybe they'll get down like $299 or something for this holiday.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would
really
be
nice.
fire. $299 because they got all that free content too.
Yeah.
Realistically, man, if you just got into the headset, there'd be so much stuff to do without spending another dime.
Yeah, it comes with so much free content, and like we got games to share with you that you can play.
Yeah.
Some VR games, it's like you play through it once. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And we've got a lot of those on Steam that you can play through.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotta get it. Gotta do it. And I mean, I just want Resident Evil 7, man. Like,
yeah, that is a big one.
That just needs to come out on Rift.
I don't think it is.
I don't think so either at this point.
Why would they? Is this late in the game?
It doesn't make sense that they didn't do it though.
It doesn't.
Yes.
Unless Sony just broke them off. Just like, here, dude, just stacks.
Yeah.
Here's whatever you think you would have sold on PC. Here's the difference. We're Sony. That's the only thing I can fathom it, because there's so many people on the PC side like, come on, man, we want to play this shit in VR.
Like, come on.
It's only upsetting because they also brought the regular game to PC.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, it would have been fine if you brought the game and didn't even do motion controls with it. You know, like if you just made it like gamepads.
That's all it is on
Okay?
PlayStation.
And
Then
that's
you
what I
know.
mean. Like like I guess maybe I was implying is maybe more PC VR players would have been upset if it didn't have motion controls. You know, for whatever reason. But I would just do it. Just do it. You've already got it halfway there.
That would make for some fun videos, though, to see people like, it's like put their hands up in VR as opposed to like just some sturdy gun that's attached to your face.
Yep.
But yeah, sad day from the PC side. But
yeah,
you're gonna get into that.
Get in that VR game. Yeah, no, I have a whole list in my head of just all the games that I want when I get a headset, and I mean, Beat Saber, man, Fruit Ninja, like, I mean, obviously that's some casual stuff.
It's fun though, and it's calorie burning.
Yeah.
Beat Saber's no joke though.
Yeah.
Like,
that game is awesome.
It's
fun.
It's the best reviewed, almost one of the top reviewed games on Steam.
Yeah.
Like ever.
I believe it. It's
pretty good.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, it's a perfect game for what it is. How could you do that better?
Exactly.
You're seeing boosts pop up in arcades and shit. Just Beat Saber.
Yeah.
It's wild, man. That's the new DDR.
Exactly. Dude, super hot VR. Oh my god.
Ooh, that's
so
a good
fun.
one.
So
That's
fun.
So much fun.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That's probably the first thing I'm getting and playing.
That is a
super
good
hot
choice.
VR.
That is a
like,
great choice.
That was I did not want to stop playing when you were letting me play. I was getting past you and you were like, okay, you're getting past me.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
Like, fuck. No.
No spoilers, bro. It's my shit.
Well, Adam,
Wanna
you
play.
can share that with him, right?
Yeah. I mean,
You know, bye, dude. And that's when like you can play through it in a few hours.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god, so much
but
fun.
yeah, that's when I would recommend on Rift over PlayStation though.
Yeah.
Because it's fun on PlayStation, but you're so limited to the camera's field of view, as opposed to like going down, like running over here. You're not just locked in. You can really use the areas. But man, that is
Such a fun game. I mean, I haven't hopped in it lately, but that's one that I still enjoy going back into and doing like the time trials or like the see how many guys you can get in the endless.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Super fun.
Yeah.
It's so hectic.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
that game will always be good for as long as VR's around. I feel like that's the classic where you're like, oh, dude, like 10 years from now, I used to be, you want to play a little super hot,
Dude,
bro? Like we
I
would
feel
Smash the other night.
I feel like that's an introductory like VR game in the sense of like you want to get what VR is about and you also want to have a good time guaranteed and it's like not too like crazy for, you know, people to get lightheaded or whatever. Like just all those kind of benefactors that kind of give you a good experience that isn't like too much or too little.
I agree with that. I agree with that for sure. And you feel like you're in the Matrix, man. What's
Exactly.
better than that?
Like, come on. A little combat simulator there.
It is cool, especially if somebody's new to it. This doesn't happen to me too much anymore, but when I first got into VR and I played that game, I swear to God, I could feel like when the bullet went, oh God, that would have, like you could feel it, man, like your brain.
Oh man, when you get hit, like it's shattering.
Yeah.
It's mad.
What was that warfare game? It was like Onward or something.
Oh, yeah.
That's such an anxiety-inducing game. Like you're out in the open, you just hear bullets flying past you, and you're just like, "Cover!" I never thought I would want cover that badly in a video game. I was just, I really wanted to be between those two buildings. I was scared. It's
so different on a flat
crazy.
screen, you know, like you're not aware of all of this and the sound, the 3D sound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like you're still like separated from it. So
Exactly.
you can alt F4 and
Yeah.
like, this is like you're in it, and like it's man, it's fun. I want to go and play some VR games.
Hell yeah.
Right?
And on the note with like that feeling and like super hot and all that, it's like sometimes when you mess up, you're like, oh, that wouldn't have happened. This game's being no, you know, like I would have got hit by that bullet. I'm dead right now. There's no. It's really cool about stuff like that.
Exactly.
Man.
There's no denying it. It's not like, oh, I pressed the B button. It's like, no, I literally like planted my right foot and wasn't able to escape that bullet because I didn't shuffle enough, I guess. Like, didn't Neo Matrix it enough or do the limbo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now to go back in time a little bit, I just want to, before we start winding down maybe, I've been playing The Elder Scrolls number 2, Daggerfall.
Daggerfall.
Dude.
All right.
Morrowind was my first venture. Never even seen Daggerfall.
Yeah. I tried playing Arena like a while ago, and it was just annoying doing the DOS emulator. And I found on the UESP website, one of the wikis for Elder Scrolls, they had like a package set up, executable for Daggerfall. You just run it and it does everything and you get the game playing. And because the game's free now, you can just play it.
Nice.
Dude, it's cool.
Really?
It's fucking hard as shit though.
Yeah.
It's real hard.
Damn.
Getting out of the first dungeon, like you start off and like it shows you controls, or it shows you the basic mechanics, and you can actually map the controls to play more like a traditional game with like WASD and stuff, but it's still kind of clunky in some areas. But overall, it's a lot more impressive than I expected it would be.
Yeah.
I ended up re-rolling a character and I'm kind of starting over again because I just got through the first couple hours and just got a feel for the systems. But dude, it's like in depth. It's huge.
I've heard that the map is obscenely huge, like bigger than any current generation games by a long shot. Like
really?
Yeah, there's this like video I saw like online that was just all the biggest video game world map sizes, and Daggerfall was number one, like by a long shot. And
Dude, Breath of the Wild beat?
Breath of the Wild was like Breath of the Wild was in the top 10, I think, but like at number 9 or something. Like, yeah.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild's got a pretty big.
It's
but
it's
like,
big, but it's like not as big as some of this other stuff.
It's
I mean,
hard to show the scale. Like you have to kind of see the map and like play it, and like it's good. It's just it's insane.
Yeah.
It's like a whole fucking continent. And
Yeah.
It's like it's nuts.
Yeah.
What was the other like top worlds in size, if you remember?
If I can, I can't remember off the top of my head. I do remember Xenoblade Chronicles 2 being a really big one. I remember Just Cause 3 being a really big one. The Witcher 3 was a really big one. I think The Witcher 3 was actually like second place.
That was huge too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Including like DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense with Toussaint.
With Toussaint, yeah.
No, but it's Valve. It's all part of the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like Vel and Novigrad and Skellige Isles. Like that all alone is huge. What else was in there?
Damn, I want to play The Witcher now.
I mean, Breath of the Wild was, I mean, it's definitely bigger than like Skyrim. Skyrim was like one of the first ones, like one of the smallest ones they mentioned. Trying to remember what else. Dragon Age Inquisition, I don't know, but I remember that game being like pretty damn big for back in the day.
What about San Andreas? Wasn't that a big ass?
I think that was actually one of them too. Grand Theft Auto 5 and San Andreas, I think, were both mentioned. And I think San Andreas is bigger than.
Oh yeah, because it had 3 different cities you can go to. Didn't it? It was like the Vegas offshoot and the LA, and then you had what was the other one? Or was
I never played it, so
like the Bay? Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I never played it, but yeah, there's a good amount of maps. And I mean, it's like, you know, when you have map sizes, it's all kind of, depending on the game, relevant to how condensed everything is, like how far you have to go before you find another new thing of content in an open world like that. Like Witcher 3 is really good at that. You go like just walking in a line for 30 seconds, there's some monster to kill or some shit happening, you know, or some side quest or whatever. Red Dead Redemption's been pretty good about it too, but sometimes you can go pretty far just horsebacking on your own doing your
Slide
thing.
from a cowpoke, man.
Exactly. But yeah, Daggerfall, from what I've heard, it's just obscenely huge. But not even like the video ended with comparing Daggerfall's open world to like Europe, and Europe is still like way bigger.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like,
the fact they even compared that.
Yeah. It's a matter of like
The
kilometers
fuck?
square.
Yeah, no, but it's literally like it's like no, but that's what I'm saying, dude. It's not like like movie's not like Asia-sized continent, but it's or Africa. But like,
it's bigger than some states in the U.S. It's bigger than some countries in Europe.
Like in
Absolutely.
full scale, like it's ridiculously huge. You just have to like kind of see the map and like kind of zoom out and like oh.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's crazy.
Divinity 2 had a lot of stuff too, as far as like map size. It was pretty out there.
What I love about Divinity 2 is the maps are like big, but it's the right density of stuff.
Exactly.
You know, like everywhere you go, there's something, but it's not like you're just like stepping over a bunch of bullshit you don't want to go through. It's
Exactly.
Looking through like
exactly.
where am I going? Like everywhere you go, you like find something fun.
Yeah.
That leads you somewhere else.
Exactly, and it's well done. It's well designed, and that's the thing. It's that density, and that's kind of what you need in an open world game. It doesn't matter how big it is if it's not dense enough. If you're just stretching over a flat plane of like nothing for however long, then yeah. No.
Oh, speaking of big maps, the Fallout 76
Fallout
map.
76.
Pretty big.
That's what I've heard.
Pretty big. I'm playing the beta today and a couple days ago. It's fun. I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
Nothing world shattering. It's kind of what I expected. It's like Fallout online. No NPCs, but a bunch of other people.
Yep.
Kind of fun story.
There's literally no NPCs in the world at all.
There's robots and there's like scorched, like these like undead guys that have guns that are like not quite like ferals.
Yeah, but not like if no other humans apart from players.
Yeah, and I kind of get it, but I'm fully expecting at some point they're just gonna break down and like have NPCs as DLC.
I would be.
Oh, we're coming. They came into the.
Yeah, exactly.
The settler pack.
Yeah. Like they're gonna do it. There's gotta at some point.
Yeah. No.
It would make sense.
Yeah. I mean, no merchants, no like.
Start meandering into the.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes without like any one player like quests or side quests or like just like. Allies other than other players. It sounds different.
It's weird. It's like jumping into it. It's got all the familiar Fallout systems I know, or at least that within like Fallout 4 and like the Bethesda Fallouts.
Yeah.
The early ones, but like the Pip-Boy menu, I know how to navigate that. I know how to equip my weapons, and like they've got the repair benches to craft ammo. It's pretty much the same as Fallout 4 in that respect in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But the missions are a little different. It's all kind of based on like the computers or like the robots, and there is like the holotapes, lots and lots of holotapes and notes and recordings and stuff telling the story. So some of that's okay. I don't really dig it though, honestly, for the most part.
Yeah. As
far as a storytelling mechanic,
mm-hmm.
but the gameplay's fun. The exploration is top notch. I feel like the environment is incredible and really fun to just walk around and like get to the next place. And like I love looting. That's one of my favorite things about Fallout games is just exploring and looting and building and clearing.
Exactly.
There's lots of that.
Oh yeah.
So.
All right.
Like building a little camp, starting to build that up. So that's kind of cool because you need to. You don't really have like another base, so it's kind of compelling. It works as a survival game in that respect. And I'm looking forward to it.
That sounds pretty interesting.
It sounds really interesting, especially now that I know there's no NPCs until the Settler Pack drops.
Right. Exactly. Settlers of Catan Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Settlers of West Virginia.
Yeah.
Like, that already happened, dude.
Yeah.
Fallout 76, man.
Yeah. So that's only a couple weeks away then as far as actual release.
On the 14th.
14th, yep.
There's a lot of games coming out this month, man.
Yeah.
Darksiders 3 comes out this month. That looks really cool.
Yeah. Oh.
That looks fire. I'm not going to lie. You fight the 7 deadly sins. Like that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the one I saw was gluttony. It's just
big, fat, probably with giant butcher knife, maybe a couple.
And you're just barfing up like his minions and shit. It was crazy looking. But it looks very kinetic. I can't wait for that. Kind of bounce everywhere, just slash everything.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun game.
Yeah. I almost want them to do like a HD trilogy of those games so I can play Darksiders 1 and 2. Like
they do have the remasters.
That's right, they do. But I want all 3 of them in one. Well, I mean, I should probably get the remasters too, honestly. Dude,
I saw them on sale. You'll probably get them in the Steam summer sale, literally for like $2. I think I got them on PlayStation 4 right now. Only reason I have those games is because I think it was 99 cents or $1.99 a piece.
Yeah.
It was just one day or a flash. I was like, how do I not do this?
I did that with Splinter Cell the other day. I was like, Splinter Cell, $2.
I thought those were new.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some. I was like, have those been there?
Mm-hmm. Splinter Cell, the original, and Chaos Theory.
Oh, Sam Fisher.
Yeah, and I can play the first couple missions. I was like, shit, this is hard. I forgot how hard this game was.
We need some more Sam Fisher in the world, man.
Sam Fisher is DLC for Smash Bros?
Yeah. I
mean, no one expected
Splinter
Snake.
Cell. But if you could fight Sam and Snake, that would be
Sam
fun.
Fisher versus Snake in Smash Bros.
Finally settle this shit.
Snake.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. Sam, you're badass, but Snake has got like way more. Like, he's crazy.
He's a fucking clone, son.
Sam Fisher is just a human.
Yeah.
Snake is a legend.
Yeah. Sam has never seen a Metal Gear. But that'd be cool to see that real resurgence of some Splinter Cell. But I'm going to jump into those, man. The lighting in that first game, that was the first time I was just blown away by lighting in the game on the original Xbox. That was the first time I was like, so glad I got an Xbox. This thing, only this could do this. You know, I don't even know if that was true, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
But, man, that game pushed. I feel like there's certain games that come out, aside from what the game is in itself, there's certain aspects where it pushes the whole industry forward. And I think that game did that for use of lighting, shadows, and you know what I mean,
Yeah.
stealth.
For sure. Lighting is like a gameplay element, not just like it's like you can see the room, you know, like
Yeah.
it's, you're using the night light to navigate in so many ways, and it's that's so much effect too.
Yeah, and that visibility meter, you know, like it made you be patient, and it made sense because before that game, playing stealth games for me was hard, like especially Metal Gear. I just wanted to blow everything up. You know, I loved the game, but then it made sense and it made it fun to sneak around and be quiet and be patient. I didn't feel like I was just not getting the gratitude I wanted as a kid, you know. But like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you, motherfucker. You know, that's when that shit happened.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Sam Fisher, man.
Yeah.
I went off a little tangent on that. I'm sorry, man. I love me some Sam Fisher.
It's a nostalgia game. It's a good game.
It's true.
Yep.
Night vision. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yep.
Yeah. So call it here.
We can call it there. That was a dope little screen on your smartwatch.
That's
Yeah.
my Elite Dangerous.
I see you. I see you. I see you.
The camera can see it or not. Yeah. Let's
Throw it on there.
show this up. Let's see if this is on the screen. Can you see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
See this fucking face? I made this fucking face. You see this face? You think of me. The elite commander.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Facer. This app called Facer.
Yep.
Made the whole thing.
That's dope.
Feel pretty cool
That's
about it.
dope. Word up.
Super nerdy.
Right.
Well, on that note, till next Saturday
Yeah.
or a random Saturday, probably next Saturday,
Next time.
Yep.
we'll be around. Game Related Network.
Game-related network.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Y'all caught me rapping at the beginning, man. I'll be sneaking up on us
Gotta
like
get
that.
this
and
guy
shit.
caught up on South Park.
Oh, yeah.